For News 12 is brought to you by Kenneth Nugent. From the station that's on your side, this is News 12 at 6 o'clock.
A local business owner surrenders to deputies charged in an altercation with an Augusta commissioner. We'll hear his side of the story for the first time straight ahead. But first, before we get into that, we are talking about weather. It could get severe.
New developments this evening after a man is charged with punching an Augusta commissioner.
We were there as local business owner Dayon Walker turned himself into Richmond County custody earlier today at the jail.
Walker facing a misdemeanor simple battery charge over a fight with District 5 Commissioner Bobby Williams.
News 12's Kennedy Harris joins us live now with another look in the confrontation caught on camera.
Yeah, there are at least 3 cameras in this hallway closer to where we can see how this all happened. We requested surveillance video, and this is what the marshal's office provided. Because of how far away it is, it's really hard to tell exactly what went down, but we're working to get more video. In the meantime, Dayon Walker wants to share his side of the story. It happened Tuesday, in the Marble Palace. Today, Walker turned himself in facing a misdemeanor simple assault charge. But this wasn't his first visit to the jail.
I came here this morning to find out there was never a warrant for my arrest.
Walker says he initially turned himself in, but was told to go home and come back later because there was no warrant process for his arrest. But he came back a second time, and we were able to speak with him before jailers took him away in handcuffs.
I want to apologize to anybody that may think otherwise of how I carry myself in my business.
Walker says the fight started when Commissioner Bobby Williams pulled Mayor Davis away from their conversation. He says Williams claimed he was saving Mayor Davis from the conversation. They argued, and then things became physical.
At no point did I deserve to be touched by a sitting city official. You don't put your hands on people no matter the situation. And what seems like aggression to some was only my passion for getting answers about what was going on around my business and, my partnership with Augusta Port Authority.
Walker is also asking for more surveillance video to be released.
I just want all the footage to get out. The marshal's office is holding the footage.
In our video, you can see at least 3 cameras closer to the altercation than the camera footage given to us by the marshal's office. We've since sent another open records request asking for video and audio from every camera on the floor. Walker says he does plan to press charges against Commissioner Bobby Williams, but he wants to settle his charges first. He was expected to be released this afternoon on bond, and we also have reached out to Williams for comment again today. Still no response.
Pretty wild story. We know a lot of people have a lot of questions about Kennedy. Thanks. We say that we pride ourselves on how we treat our veterans, and we respect them so much, but that the way she'd been treated, that just shows a complete lack of respect, lack of compassion towards, someone who served our country. Trauma at war, trauma at home. A local veteran's plea to the VA about her therapist goes unanswered for years.
A retired Army veteran went looking for help for PTSD after returning home from Baghdad. In a federal lawsuit, she says her therapist at the Charlie Norwood exploited her vulnerabilities in the worst way, and the VA ignored it.
The lawsuit came after the VA denied her claim. I-Team's Liz Owens investigates the war at home.
Jolinda hasn't received mental health treatment for the past 4 years. She felt too uncomfortable returning to Charlie Norwood Medical VA while her former therapist still worked there. The VA denied her request to seek treatment elsewhere while she waited years for them to investigate her claim. Now, we want to warn you, some of the information in this story is graphic and could be disturbing for some of you, but Jolinda wants you to hear it. She wants her story to be heard because she's felt ignored for too long. 1 Freedom Parkway. I was stationed in Iraq that night. 5 stories up, I was engaged in a combat fight, hidden behind the small tinted windows. You see a lot of that? Yes. Is Charlie Norwood VA Medical Center's inpatient psych ward. Nightmares, flashbacks, PTSD from combat. I have a lot of mental health issues. Brought Jolinda to the 5th floor. As a veteran, I should be their first priority, but I wasn't. PTSD from her experience at the VA. I don't trust the VA. Has kept her from coming back here for the care she needs.
Is it hard for you to sit down and talk about this right now?
It is. But in a federal claim filed against therapist Alvin Peoples, her accusations ring loud and clear. A VA employee in a position of trust,
He was my therapist.
accused of preying on a vulnerable patient under his care.
One afternoon, we were in his office. We were doing a session, and during the session, he just decided to bring up his family, his home life, how he would treat me, and just stuff of that nature. And then from there, everything just escalated.
LinkedIn lists Alvin Peoples as an addiction therapist at Charlie Norwood. Personnel files obtained by the I-Team show he worked as a police officer at the VA before transferring over to mental health services at Charlie Norwood. Peoples also ran an outpatient anger awareness program. Jolinda saw him for anger related to the violence she experienced during combat.
He knew that I was a victim of military sexual trauma, and he used that to prey upon me. He used his position and his power, to prey upon me. He knew all these things about me.
A recording on Jolinda's cell phone captures an explicit conversation between the therapist and his patient on December of 2017.
I won't see you till when?
I'll be back on the 31st.
I'll see you at my office.
On that Tuesday. Yeah, so.
I hope I satisfied you.
Well, I just don't like you inside me, but whatever than that.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to happen.
Okay.
That won't happen. And I promise.
Okay.
I promise you that.
He kind of got me at a time when I was vulnerable.
According to court records, Jolinda told her primary therapist, a colleague of Peoples at the VA, that Peoples violated her during their sessions and committed sexual acts to her against her will outside of the VA. Jolinda's medical records from the VA visit with her primary therapist that day state that she came there to discuss an event that activated her trauma.
She was disgusted and everything, and she told me that she would handle it.
The VA not only prohibits employee behaviors which could result in abuse, including sexual involvement with patients, but also mandates employees to immediately report information of criminal allegations or violations to VA Police Services. Days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months. Jolinda stopped treatment.
I didn't feel comfortable going into the VA.
While her alleged attacker continued seeing other patients.
I tried to kill myself numerous times after this.
After that,
Yes.
PJ Caponero, Jolinda's attorney, says seeking legal justice in this case meant going after sovereign immunity.
You can only sue the government when the government allows you to sue them.
To sue the government, you have to file under the Federal Tort Claims Act. It allows you to sue the feds or the state when a government employee commits wrongdoing while on the job that causes damage, injury, or death. The government denied Jolinda's claim.
I just feel like the VA protected him when I'm the victim and I'm the one that should have been protected.
Alvin Peoples did not answer our calls, emails, or the door, but an attorney for the VA did respond to us. The safety of our veterans is our top priority. An investigation that included the VA police and VA Office of an Inspector General occurred once hospital leadership was made aware of the complaint of inappropriate behavior in 2020. But a document trail proves otherwise. The VA knew about the allegations as early as 2018. They just didn't do anything about it. A return receipt shows the VA received Jolinda's claim in April of 2018. A few months later, an attorney for the VA gave a copy of the claim to risk management at Charlie Norwood. The VA attorney documented that in this court document. And in 2019, Jolinda's attorney received this email from the VA's attorney about the claim. Unfortunately, due to our group being severely understaffed the last 2 years, I have been unable to complete my investigation into this claim. Then there is this. In the VA's own words to the court on August 1st, 2019, confirmed there has been no fact-finding, investigation, or information in Mr. Peebles' employee file about the complaint. But let's get back to the statement the VA sent us. The involved employee no longer works for the VA. Here, the VA is correct. People no longer works there. He retired in April of 2021. 3 years after Jolinda first alerted her doctor to the alleged assault, filed a claim, and a year after a review board recommended he be removed not only from his position at Charlie Norwood, but also from federal service.
The fact that he was able to retire and just frankly get away with this is wrong.
War-worn and weary.
It's just too much for me right now. I just can't deal with it.
Defending her country
This has got to change, and they need to be held responsible.
and feeling as if her country failed to defend her. So, because this is a federal case, the U.S. Attorney's Office is defending the VA in the lawsuit. The U.S. Attorney's Office filed for a motion to dismiss the case in October, which was the last movement on it. Jolinda will have to continue to wait until a judge makes a decision.
All right, thank you for investigating that for us, Liz. Very sad story there. We're looking at the cast later next week.
Riley, thank you. It is a problem we continue to follow, a shortage of bus drivers in our local schools.
Leaders in Richmond County tell us it's only getting worse. News 12's Will Brio talked to drivers in the district about what needs to be fixed moving forward.
Yeah, if we take a look at the job description for a bus driver in Richmond County, it lays out exactly what we should expect if you were to get a job as a bus driver. Now, bus drivers tell me that they're dealing with a lot more than what's just on this list here. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, it shows us what the salary is for a bus driver. We can find all of that information, and it's just one reason that these drivers say that they're struggling. We spoke with Richmond County bus driver Christopher Mullins almost 2 months ago.
We still are having major issues, especially with unruly kids.
Bad behavior from students, parents using bad language towards him, and buses breaking down are leaving more driver seats empty.
It's getting worse as the year progresses, and I mean, we're towards the end of the year now. And just today and last week, 2 of my coworkers were threatened.
Over the past year, he has yet to see a board member step into their shoes.
I mean, if you would honestly get on the bus and see what's going on, you would see a lot of what a bus driver goes through.
We are making steps and making efforts to try to get more drivers into our school system.
Besides holding job fairs, offering incentives, and giving out bonuses, open positions continue to stay high. The district says they won't be increasing wages for drivers anytime soon.
We're trying on our part as a system to make it better for you all. I hear your suggestions, and I take them right back to our colleagues.
Drivers and the district say having the community step up is the only solution right now as drivers continue to work through this summer.
We really are asking our drivers to talk with their friends, neighbors, share on their social media pages.
But it really takes everybody to get involved to help fix the situation.
Now, you can apply to be a bus driver. If you just head over to the district's website and hit employment at the top of the page, it will give you a full list of open positions there.
And we do need them. Well, thanks for that. To sports now, another Josie High Eagle signing a letter of intent. Here where she's heading next with Nick.